Greetings everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk about my life as a Zimbabwean. I was born on the 24th of March 2001 in Marandera, a small town a few kilometers east of Harare. I spent my earliest years on a small game reserve called Thetford, 40 minutes from Harare, and about like 40 minutes west of Harare. One of the most beautiful places in Zimbabwe and on the entire planet. And I spent my life around wildlife like bush pigs, white rhinos, and antelopes of all sizes. Everything. Sort of like Daphne Sheldrick's life. And it was I still remember fond memories from that time. Here and all the way back here in 2026. Then after that we moved to Umi, which is a small area in the Spungi region on the shores of Lake Kariba. It is right by the Matusdana National Park. So my dad was worked there for a while, and we had quite a lovely house and a lovely garden there for a few years. Then we moved to the Low Velds, Masvingo province of Zimbabwe, formerly known as Fort Victoria, where I started my schooling at Murray MacDougall in Triangle. We were living in the small village called Buffalo Range, which is between the villages of Triangle and Chiredzi. You'll just have to look at a map of Zimbabwe and you'll see right on the southern border of Zimbabwe, but near Mozambique and South Africa. And yeah, I made a few close friends there. I was, of course, diagnosed with autism, mild autism, I believe it's called. It used to be called Asperger's syndrome. I don't know if people still use that, but so that'll, if you look at my videos, you'll realize that I have a problem with public speaking, and I'm an and do all that. So just it's part of the autism, and it's nothing to worry about. I spent, I think in 2012, early 2013, in fact, we left the Lowveld and moved up here to the Highveld again, and coincidentally we moved back to Thetford, where my dad became, the head ranger, and I spent some of the happiest years of my life, 2013, 2014, 2015, all the animals there at Thetford, the white rhinos, the giraffe, wildebeest, buffalo, Cape buffalo. We had a large herd of buffalo there, who were quite, they were sort of used like, they were as tame as a buffalo can be. But so it was quite amazing to see their unique characters. But yeah, I had a lovely time there. I absolutely love Thetford. It was one of the most beautiful places on the planet, not just in Zimbabwe, not just in Africa. A very, old place, a very ancient place, with a lot of Bushman paintings in a lot of the caves around the, paintings by the Khoisan, from 2,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago, that old. That's literally going back to the Stone Age. That's how old some of the Bushman paintings were. And we had lots of, the white rhino there. I got to know all their characters, their personalities, their souls. It was amazing to, just to be there with your dad, who's the ranger, and sit out sometimes at night, afternoon, evening and night, and just have these amazing beings come around you, watching them interact with each other, watching them play with each other, and the interactions they have, mothers with calves, bulls, and bulls with the cows, and bulls putting the younger males in check. It was a really fascinating dynamic, and we were beyond fortunate to witness a young female leopard, who become friends with our rhino. And yes, we have leopard at Thetford, and we still do to this day. So, but it was beyond amazing. I mean, leopards are so secretive and elusive, and get to be able to see this beautiful being, this big cat, come down and interact with these rhino, and move up and down their, rub herself up and down their flanks, just like a house cat does. To you're rubbing himself or herself up and down your legs. That's exactly what this leopard was doing, and she often would lie down right at the feet of these rhino, and sorry, that's my dog nearly playing. And yeah, she having the rhino calves, that playful little tiff they had. The rhino calves would charge forward and she would scamper off. It was really the most miraculous and magical experience I probably ever had as a wildlife conservationist, someone who's been involved in wildlife conservation, seeing this for myself. So there we had buffalo, wildebeest, giraffe, sable antelope, roan antelope. And fun fact, the roan antelope is the namesake of my name. So my name is Roan, and I was named after the roan antelope. So go look, if you don't know what they look like, go and look them up on Google. But yeah, amazing giraffe, wildebeests, roan antelope, sable antelope, impala, kudu, virtually all the antelope species you can think of, and a lot of smaller wildlife too, like mongooses, even mongooses, otters, the smaller mammals. And then we had the leopards in the hills, and it was really such a magical place, very beautiful. And we had two of the big five, rhino and white rhino and buffalo in the park. It was a magical place. And then in 2014 my dad started working at Boomy Hills, which is not far from Umi, and it's right across from the Methuselah National Park. And if you looked at my posts on my YouTube channel and all my posts on Instagram, you'll see that's all taken around Boomy Hills. That's where we are currently. And yeah, I went out the next year in 2015, and since then every single time there was a holiday after school, school holidays, I'd fly up or drive up to Boomy Hills, Lake Kariba, and spend time with my dad, watching the animals and getting to know their characters and their emotions and their personalities and souls. And after I graduated in 2019, 2020 to 2026, those 5-6 years have been absolutely amazing. I mean, magnificent years, getting to know all the elephants, the buffalo, the lions. We knew quite a few famous lions who became quite famous, and who crossed over from Methuselah National Park and became quite well known in Boomy Hills. We interact with so many animals: hippos, crocodiles, elephants, lions, leopards, all manner of antelope, similar to Thetford, all manner of creatures, great and small. And it was a great honour to see them and to interact with them. I got to participate in the darting of elephants, lions, buffalo, and various antelope, which I hold as some of my most treasured memories of all time. I got to assist with the darting with lions or elephants or buffalo or antelope who had snares. I got to clean their wounds. I got to measure their temperature, see if they monitor their breathing. I got to record the specific details down on paper and later on computer. More importantly than that, I got to help these animals along with my amazing dad and Catherine Norton, and it was really an amazing time for me, and it still is. There will be many more opportunities like that in the future. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can share videos of of us darting wildlife due to the policy of national parks, but I'll try and see. And it was a really lovely time, really magical at being at Boomy Hills, especially in the rainy season when everything was all green and vibrant and emeralds. With the rains had just come in. It was, and you had all the animals there, all the babies, the impalas with their babies, all the baboons and vervet monkeys with their babies, elephants with their calves. All the animals calved down, and there were babies everywhere, and there are babies everywhere each year, and it is a really special, magnificent place. And but at the moment, things will still be operating in Kariba. We'll still be in the park, in the wildlife areas. There's a bit of change going on at the moment, so hence why I am unfortunately in Harare. I don't want to be here. I mean, it's not a very exciting place, quite boring rather. But as soon as I get back to Boomy Hills, well, back to Kariba, I will let you all know. It was, but yeah, that's been my life so far, and I've been really, really blessed and really honoured to have lived this life, surrounded by wildlife, being able to help lions, help elephants, help rhino, help buffalo, help all the big five, as well as helping a lot of antelope and a lot of all beings of all sizes and shapes. That is the real magic of being a wildlife conservationist. Whether you're from Zimbabwe or South Africa or Kenya or Zambia, all of us will have the same stories. Well, all of us will have the same feeling. We'll all know that feeling, that magic, that beauty. It is truly the best job in the world to help wildlife. And now that I've let you know the summary of my life, I'll keep you updated. At the moment, I can't do anything more than just vlogs or whatever. But when I am back in the park, in the bush at Boomy Hills, I will post more on wildlife-related subjects. And you can already go to my Instagram page and scroll down all my posts there, and you'll see all the wildlife encounters we've had over the years. A lot of some are taken by me. Some of the pictures are taken by me. Some of the pictures were taken by my dad. But amazing all around, and brilliant, beautiful experiences. And you'll find a lot of the posts of the elephants and animals at Boomy Hills on my YouTube channel. If you go to my posts section, you scroll down, you'll see all our adventures with wildlife, like raising our banded mongooses, seeing helping experiencing our elephants, buffalo, kudu, impala, zebra, lion, seeing lion. You'll see most of the posts from my time there. Thank you all for taking this time to listen to me, and I bid you a good day.